Everyone is watching the chips. The trillion-dollar question, who builds the smartest machine on Earth, is supposed to be settled in silicon. It won't be. The hardest thing to manufacture in artificial intelligence isn't a processor. It's older, it's dumber, and it's running out. It's electricity. In January, a retiree in Northern Virginia opened a power bill for $281, almost triple the month before. He never bought a chip. He's paying for them anyway. This is the story of the largest bet in technology that almost no one is talking about. The quiet war to own the electrons behind the machine. Who's making it? Why? And who gets the bill? There are two races inside the AI boom. The loud one is about models, the demos, the launches, the benchmarks. The quiet one is about power. And the quiet one decides the loud one. Because a model is just math. Math needs machines. And machines at this scale need the one thing the modern world has not built quickly in 50 years. New electricity. Start with the size of the appetite. In 2025, the electricity used by the world's data centers grew 17%. The slice powering AI specifically grew 50% in a single year. Put it together, and the world's data centers are on track to draw over 1,000 terawatt-hours of power. If they were a country, they would rank among the largest electricity consumers on Earth, sitting between Japan and Russia. And this hunger doesn't live in some far-off industrial zone. It's rising in the next county over, beside the highway, behind the tree line, across the road from someone's house. Goldman Sachs projects power demand from data centers will climb roughly 160% by 2030. And through the end of the decade, they estimate data centers will drive 40% of all growth in electricity demand. 40% from one industry. Here's the problem. You can print a new chip in weeks. You cannot print a power plant. Analysts see a shortfall of nearly 50 gigawatts of generation in the United States through 2028, roughly 5% of everything the country makes. The grid was built for a slower world. It can't be patched in a quarter to match a technology that doubles in months. So the companies racing to build mines made a decision that would have sounded absurd 2 years ago. They stopped waiting to buy power. They started building it. Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Oracle, OpenAI, xAI. 7 of the most powerful technology companies in the world are now, quietly, becoming energy companies. And the source they keep returning to is the one the Western world spent 40 years walking away from: nuclear. The deals are no longer theoretical. Microsoft signed a $16 billion agreement to restart a reactor. Google committed to a fleet of small modular reactors. Amazon put $700 million into a reactor startup and is converting a nuclear site into an AI campus. Meta signed the largest commitment of all. Together, big tech has now lined up close to 10 gigawatts of nuclear power, more than America has ordered in any decade in its history. The symbol of it all sits on an island in the Susquehanna River. 3 Mile Island, the site of America's most infamous nuclear accident, is being brought back to life. 835 megawatts, a 20-year deal. Powering data centers by 2027. Think about that. The reactor a generation was taught to fear is being restarted, not for a city, not for a war, but to feed the training runs of a machine that learns. Then there's the speculative edge, the startups promising reactors small enough to sit beside a server farm. The most famous is Oklo, an early bet by Sam Altman, the man behind ChatGPT. Its reactors aren't running yet. It has almost no revenue, and the market values it around $11 billion. On a promise. Down the road, NuScale is working toward a 6-gigawatt system. One bank pegged the long-term nuclear opportunity at $10 trillion. This is the founder's bet in its purest form, wagering everything not on the glamorous layer everyone can see, but on the boring, physical, dangerous layer underneath it. The bet that whoever owns the power owns the future. But before you mortgage the house, the counter-argument is brutal. Most of these reactors don't exist yet. The regulator moves in years, not quarters. The specialized fuel they need is barely being made in America. The government itself doesn't expect these reactors at scale until the 2030s. As one analyst put it, the most hyped name is priced as if it's ready to deploy a reactor when it has only ever promised to demonstrate one. So the bet may be right about the destination and catastrophically wrong about the timing. A thesis can be completely true and still bankrupt you early. That's the first way this breaks. The second way is already happening to people who never opted in. In America's largest power market, a watchdog traced $23 billion in costs to data centers and called it a massive wealth transfer, from households to hyperscalers. Goldman Sachs found electricity prices rose nearly 7% in 2025, more than double inflation, which brings us back to that $281 bill. The politics are catching up fast. In 2026 alone, lawmakers in more than 30 states introduced over 300 bills aimed at data centers. Congress proposed making big energy users pay their own way. And at the White House, the largest tech firms signed a pledge to cover the power they consume, a promise whose enforcement is still being written. So here is the moral question underneath the financial one. Intelligence is becoming a utility, and someone, somewhere, is always paying the bill for the light. To be fair, it isn't only AI. One respected research firm argues that market design and policy choices drive these price spikes more than data centers alone. The grid was fragile before the machines arrived. AI didn't create the crack. It's pouring its full weight onto it, which is exactly why the easy stories, the cheerleaders, and the doomcriers both miss it. This isn't a story about whether AI is good or evil. It's simpler and stranger than that. For the first time, the limit on how fast intelligence can grow isn't human imagination. It's physics. It's electrons. The ceiling on the smartest technology ever built is the oldest infrastructure we have. For the investor, the thesis is the oldest one there is. In a gold rush, sell the shovels. Here, the shovel is power. The safer edge is the utilities and grid builders, already turning the wheel. The lottery ticket is the reactor startups. Enormous upside, real chance of zero. And the risk you can't diversify away is political. The moment voters decide, they won't subsidize the machine. Every answer you've ever gotten from an AI ended somewhere as heat, in a server, in a state, on a grid, on a bill. The cleverness feels weightless. It never was. The companies that understood this first stopped thinking like software firms and started thinking like power companies. Because in the end, the smartest machine on Earth is useless without the dumbest input on Earth. A steady current of electricity. Whoever controls that current doesn't just win the AI race, they set its speed. So the next time a new model amazes you, ask the quieter question, where are the electrons coming from and who's paying for them? If this changed how you see the AI boom, subscribe, because next time we follow the money into the machines themselves. The future isn't just being coded, it's being wired.